So yeah, I just finished watching the K-pop Demon Hunters movie, and I will say it was different than I thought, right? Because I originally was thinking that it was going to be trying to paint the demons in like a good light, but it actually did the opposite, which is exactly what we want, right? We want the demons to be painted in a bad light, right? But it was also a different idea of demons. Like the main, what was his name? I don't remember, whatever. The main dude from the K-pop Demons, that guy was not originally a demon. So it was actually really good, really interesting. I'm gonna put my retainer in. It was actually really good and really interesting because like the guy, it's like kind of like our regrets and our shame and stuff, and how like the king, this like demon king or whatever, is like Satan. He whispers in our head and he makes us ashamed, and he, you know, shows us these lies and these things, right? And how like that's actually so true, right? Like he does whisper these things and he gives us shame and stuff, but we do not have to be ruled by that shame. So it was actually a really good lesson in that. Like it wasn't how I thought, where it was going to be like, oh, demons are actually misunderstood. Like, no, it actually wasn't like that at all. It was like, yeah, we need to kill the demons, but the idea of the demons being misunderstood was actually just this guy who wasn't a demon, but was kind of being controlled in a way by the demon king. But it was kind of like redemption, you know, and it wasn't like redemption for demons. It was redemption for a guy who was being controlled by his demons and by a demon king. Like there's a difference, you know. The other, you know, and they all died in the end. So let's kill all the demons, like they're gone, the demon king is dead. Like that's exactly how I wanted that to end. And unfortunately that guy did end up dying or something, but he got his soul back. Like that was the whole idea. It was like he's not soulless anymore, like he's, you know. So I actually think that was pretty good. It was pretty cheesy to me. It was cheesy, just the whole animation style and the I mean, it was, yeah, it changed animations. It was interesting. All that aside, some of the songs were good, others I didn't really care for. The Your Idol one and even the Soda Pop one were kind of like weird for me. I didn't really like them very much. And the only guy that I saw like as cute was the main like demon guy. What's his name? Ji-hoon or what? I don't freaking know. But like I'm like, okay, I can see why people can find him attractive. The other guys, nah. I'm like, I don't know, bro. I did not see. I was like, okay. I mean, whatever. Okay, whatever, bro. But that was interesting. And then I actually did really like the idea of like, it's like you don't have to be controlled by these demons. It was more of a metaphorical sense, not. And then obviously all the real demons did like die and, you know, eternal suffering and stuff. But it's kind of like describing hell, and like the what would be even better is like the idea like of, well, Jesus is the way to eternal life instead of eternal suffering. Like that's the opposite, you know, because there wasn't really an alternative. It was just like hell or earth. Like there wasn't a heaven or anything, which I can understand why they wouldn't put that in there, but that would be a good alternative, I think. And just like a lesson is like, yeah, we don't have to be ruled by our shame. Like instead of just like, oh, the power of friendship and song and stuff, it's like, no, the power of Jesus, because Jesus is powerful. Like the power of Jesus can set you free from those demons that you're fighting, because like we all have shame and guilt. But that is like, okay, there's a difference between shame and guilt. Shame is from the enemy. Shame is from Satan. Those are the whispered lies and the things. That's literally what Satan does. So I think it was a really good representation of what Satan does. The demon king being Satan. And it was like, okay, that's actually a really, really good lesson to learn. That like we do not have to be ruled by our shame. We can give that to Jesus. That's the thing I would take from that. That was like, give it to Jesus, right? So it was actually it was a funny movie. It was entertaining. It had a good message. I'm really glad they didn't turn it back and do something like, oh, but they're all the demons and Satan is just misunderstood. Like they didn't do that at all. Like they very obviously painted them as, you know, the demons as evil, and then all the demons were destroyed at the end. And the girl being half demon, it was like she eventually learned to not hide it anymore. and that's really good. It was like, she wasn't, it's not like just accepting it, because that's a difference. You could say, oh yeah, well, I just like to, be adulterous and, keep making these horrible decisions and murder people and do stupid things because, like, I'm just accepting my demons. Like, no, that's not what it was like. It was like she was healing and she wasn't hiding anymore. So that's the difference, and I really liked that. Really, really liked that. It was very interesting. So I think it was overall a good movie. Again, the animation style was interesting. That's not what I'm focusing on. The idea of the movie I was a little worried about, but after watching, I don't see anything wrong with it. I think it's actually a really good lesson to learn. So yeah, I don't know. It was cool, interesting to watch. And yeah, like I said, it was enjoyable. Some of the songs were really good. Her voice was pretty good. Yeah, I think it was interesting. The whole soul sucking thing was like, yep, okay, that's bad. And then, they weren't portraying that as a good thing either, so that was good. Really enjoyed it. I think that was a good message and a good, I'm like, okay, cool, I'm glad I watched it, just to even get that idea. So, it was a good watch. I might watch it again. I don't, it's not like I would necessarily, like, I don't see a point unless I'm bored or something, but, like, it was overall good movie, good message. It didn't turn it back to do something satanic. Like, it was good, we're okay, and overall, I think generally good. I don't know why I'm rambling on about this, but yeah, I thought I'd record it right after I watched it, even though it's really late right now, but I have changed my mind. I will say I have changed my mind. I'm glad it did not go down the satanic route, and I approve of what they did with that movie, so it was good. I enjoyed it.